Yo.
Yo, motherfuckers! Big sack lunch up in this bitch. All right. Sorry, we like to start all our shows with a little bit of music, and we're old school gangster rappers, so that's what we like. This is Ray Stern. This is Big Ryan. I'm here with Mitchie.
Big Mitchie over here.
Mitchie here for episode 12 of Big Sack Lunch. Now, this episode is called Johnny Be Gone because Johnny, I would say, inarguably the star, Alabama Jonny, is back. Where is he?
He's in Alabama.
He's in Alabama. That's right. That young, hippie, liberal Johnny, that guy who's living in sin, unmarried, presumably having tons of sex, tons of drugs, getting a ton of beaver, not going to church, doesn't own any weapons, is back home in Alabama. So we're going to dedicate this to Johnny, the badass, the baller, Johnny Kaiser. Hopefully he's listening with his brother Cletus. It's been a while. Well, Mitchie, why don't you explain what happened the last few weeks and why we haven't been able to film tape while I take a bite.
Big Sack Lunch, episode 12. We've been gone for a little while. I know you've all missed us, but...
Why have we been gone?
John and I have been pretty busy at work, and then Thanksgiving happened, so I went on vacation. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you guys. Had some turkey.
I actually spent Thanksgiving with Johnny. His fucking lady is an incredible cook. Literally 20 courses. I was drunk. I was pretty fucking high. She made everything, like chips and dip and crab rangoon and fucking spinach.
What?
Turkeys. Chicken. We cooked their cat, Adolphus.
You cooked the cat?
Yeah.
Or cooked for the cat?
No, we cooked that cat because you know Ryan likes to eat some pussy. She made some pies. She made this thing called apple crack, and it's like cream cheese with bits of chocolate in it and apples. And me and Chavi, and we were just sitting around it's like crack. We're sitting around the table just digging our fingers into it like it's going out of style. It was awesome Thanksgiving. So. A mad shout out to Stephanie. That was a real good job, girl. A shitload has happened. Lately. Last Friday, I'm sure everyone's a little bit sick of hearing about it, but there was that shooting in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. And I actually wanted to discuss weaponry and shootings with Mitchie just for a few minutes. I hope to put a different spin on this because I was on Facebook, the website facebook.com, and somebody's like, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And of course, that's what anyone wants to say so they can keep having their guns. And he said, well, cars kill people. We should make cars illegal. And I was like, bro, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. When Henry Ford invented the car 150 years ago or whatever, he wasn't thinking about using it to kill anybody, right? It's the end of the Industrial Revolution. It's designed to get people around cities and to get them to work and to... No,
I heard somebody say... they instead of cars, they compared it to fire extinguishers because some guy at the National NRA, the National Rifle Association, said they should have a gun in the school because if there was a gun in the school, the killer wouldn't have been able to kill all those kids.
Right, because that's what we want in school around children is more guns, and because a teacher could never have a bad day and get frustrated with kids, right? You want less guns. So the decision that you have to make is basically, and I think everyone, Republican or Democrat, can agree with this. And personally, I like shooting guns. I don't own a gun, but I'm not really against handguns. I want to know, do we want to live in a world with more guns or with less guns? It's kind of that simple to me. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. And I understand, we live in San Francisco and if you call the cops, they'll be at your house in 5 minutes. And you might live in some shitty town in Iowa or Missouri. I'm not shitty, but small town, and it might take a cop 30 minutes to get there. I understand owning guns. I understand it. I'm not trying to make them illegal, but...
Do you own a gun?
I don't own a gun, but I own a gun owner's permit, actually. I passed all the tests. I just haven't bought one.
In California?
Uh-huh.
I hear that's hard to get.
I got it. I got it right on me right now. I'll pull it out of my fucking wallet. Nobody can see, but handgun safety certificate. So now I could buy a gun.
That's a Safeway club card.
No. Office of the Attorney General, California Department of Justice, handgun safety certificate.
It's got a picture of Charlton Heston on the front.
No, that's NRA. I'm not in the NRA. I would never, ever join the NRA. I see how it is a political issue, and people are like, let's not politicize this, but it's political. Like we have all these. There's always going to be crazy people. There's always been crazy people. You can't eliminate them. So when you cut public health funding, which is what the government of certain states have done for the last 30 years, you're going to have more crazy people. And when you allow gun ownership to be so easy, that's what's going to happen. This is unstoppable.
The media coverage is ridiculous, too. Like, they dove into... They've been showing this stuff since Friday.
Yeah.
And so when I was watching TV last night, I was watching the news, trying to see what's going on in the rest of the world. But instead, Fox was showing coverage of some random kid totally aside from this shooting incident. And his mom wrote on a blog that she was scared that her kid was going to kill her. And so they dove into why she should be afraid of this kid. Why
are you watching Fox News, first of all?
Yeah.
They're the ones who told us Saddam had weapons of mass destruction. But that's another episode. Yeah. I heard about that. And she's scared of her son, and she doesn't know what to do, right? There's a lot of...
It doesn't even matter.
Well...
She wrote a blog post
I don't know why they're... I guess the reason that they're covering it is they're trying to prevent it from happening again. But, I mean, the news is not interested in halting shootings. The more shootings there are, the better for the news, right? Mm-hmm. The more people watch. If you're interested in halting shootings, you will stop making guns easy for people to get.
You'll stop publicizing the media coverage, too. Like, if you want to really honor those children that died, you don't put it on the news. You do a memorial service of some kind.
Yeah, I knew a bunch of people on Facebook. They're like, let's honor those kids. Let's name them. And I'm thinking, you know how you would honor them is by doing something about preventing this from happening again. Not wearing their school colors. Dude, if I were a parent, I would be horrified. And I don't even have kids, and to me, it's horrible. I have a dog. If there was a dog killer out there, I'd fucking lose my shit.
If somebody kicked your dog off a bridge,
I'd split that person's head open and eat their brains. I'd kill them. I love my dog. I'd die for my dog. I love dogs. I love them more than humans. As you can see from all the pictures on my computer. But my dog's blind and he's an old dude. But, dude, if you want to do something about this, you stop making guns so easy. You don't put guns in schools. Dude, I have a sister that's a teacher. My dad's a professor. And my aunt is a teacher. All of them at public school. Well, my dad is at a college. You don't want guns at... You don't want guns at schools. If that's your solution to this, then you're a fucking idiot. It's that simple.
One thing I read, though, I read all the stories that were written about the people and what they did, all the victims and what they did before they died, before they had that incident. And it told the story of the principal, and she was so enraged, and she went into, mommy mode, and she tried to apprehend the guy who was shooting these kids.
And he blasted her. I heard about that. You know what else?
So if she would have had a gun, she would have been able to blast that guy.
What if she had a gun and she misfired and shot the wrong person? It's really hard. Well, you're from a military family, and so those guys know what they're doing. But unless you're a trained cop or military, if all these things are happening, it's fucking hard to sit there, make sure safety's off, make sure you have to aim properly. And if there's all these kids running around, when the Batman movie theater shooting happened, people were like, what if everyone in that theater had a gun? I was like, that would be awesome in the dark, just everyone just blasting. Think this stuff through. The solution is not more guns. And the NRA will consistently say, we need more guns. What good? Here would be my question for all of our viewers to email us at, what's our email address? Podblast2k12@gmail?
Yep.
Podblast2k12@gmail. My question is, what good have guns ever done? And before you say erasing the Native Americans from America, don't send that shit this way. Don't send that shit this way. That's not cool. Seriously, what good have weapons ever done? Ever. What percentage of shots fired are fired in self-defense, in your opinion? 1%? I've never heard... I mean, how many times do we have to hear a kid gets shot accidentally or a guy loads his gun and gets shot before something happens? And I think this might be the tipping point because these are kids, and you can't defend this. You can defend the other stuff, maybe, or you can try when it's adults, but how are you going to defend the killing of 20 little fucking kids, dude? I heard that guy shot his mom in the face, too, repeatedly.
What?
Did you know that?
I didn't. In addition, on the same day?
Oh, yeah. Before he went to the school, he blasted his mom in the face several times. That's his mom. That's the person everyone loves more than anyone in the world. You came out of her vagina. That's how it works. Yeah. And he shot her in the face, went to the school, shot a bunch of people, then shot himself. I don't think he's evil. I'm not even sure I believe in evil. I just. Like,
oh my god! Oh my god!
I think he's just a sicko. What?
I just remembered.
Oh, go ahead.
Fox News had a lady. She was some kind of specialist.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure she was.
Fox. They asked her why she thinks that guy did it.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Mitchell.
Sorry, and she said he played a lot of video games. They evaluated his hard drive that had been stored, destroyed, and they found files linking to the playing of Warcraft and StarCraft, and she thinks that's why it's linked to why he shot them. But neither of those games involve shooting.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Well, first of all, we can do a 10-hour episode on Fox News, and I could do it. I could talk the whole time, but this is what happens when people who don't play video games talk about them to other people who don't. Like Fox News' average viewer is above 50 years old. They're, by and large, generally not terribly educated about these types of things. You know, I'll be the first to admit we have a super violent society with these movies. Like I watched a movie called Savages last night. You know, you're shooting people in the face. A guy was whipping another guy, a Mexican drug lord, and he whipped his eye out of his head. Like there's some violent shit. But dude, people are fucked up. There's been fucked up people forever. There'll always be fucked up people till the end of time. The only
You can be desensitized, but not go out and whip people.
Yeah, right. This isn't a moral issue. You don't need morals to know not to murder people.
It's a big difference between being desensitized by what's in cinema and what happens in real life. Because, like, I can't even scrape my knee without wincing away from the sight of blood, but I can watch a movie of, like... Yeah. I can watch RoboCop and see a guy's skin get burned off by ooze.
Yeah, so the issue would be, to me, if the person is fucked up and they're watching a violent movie or playing a violent game, then that's going to make it worse. But I mean, there's no video game or movie that can make someone think it's acceptable to kill children. It's just not. It's not a moral issue. I don't really believe it's evil or terror. It's a fucked up dude, bro. Like, brains are crazy things. Some people are miswired. It's just that way. I mean, and if you let them have guns, this is going to happen. But
hold on, I got to interrupt you.
Okay.
I think we should give a shout out to Mama and Papa.
Oh yeah, Johnny. Every time Alabama Jonny puts something on Facebook, like he'll say, "Today I have a cold," or "Today I played Halo." His grandparents will be like, "We love you, love Mama and Papa," in all caps. And I know it embarrasses Johnny mostly because we talk about it on the radio, and then we both like the comments. But in fairness to Johnny, I wish my grandparents were alive. So it's actually, I mean, it's pretty cool and stuff, but it's funny because they do it in all caps. It's like his grandparents are like, "We really love this fucking hillbilly. We're going to let him know," in all caps. So anyhow, so actually we could transition this violence, which is kind of unsolvable. I just felt the argument that, oh, cars kill people was such a weak-minded argument that anyone would use that as they're hearing it from someone else. Cars are not invented to kill anyone. A car is the greatest invention in the history of the world, dude. It's kind of funny because petroleum's melting our atmosphere. But beyond that, it's a really cool invention. It allows me to drive all over town, getting all kind of pussy, getting some strange. But I want to talk about the Wii U. But first, Mitchie found himself. Lately, Mitchie has really come into it. He's got himself a new MacBook or a new what is it? iPad Mini.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas, and who doesn't love Christmas? But you gotta tell us about your Xbox. I want to hear about this.
Oh, okay. So I went to my girlfriend's parents' house for a Christmas party, and that was a whole other story. But I got a Xbox 360 from her brother. It was a red box, or it was a red Ring of Death.
What does that mean?
Meaning it's got around the power switch. There's three red lights.
So does it not work?
It's fucked up, and it didn't work at the time. All it would do is go into that fail-safe mode. But I figured out how to fix it. I just replaced the heatsink on it, the thermal grease, and put it back together, and it works now. But it continues to overheat. And the more I'm reading about it, the more I realize how shitty Xboxes are, especially the first generation.
Yeah, I had one. I had to mail it in. It was like $75.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's why someone gave it to you for free. But yeah. I mean, an Xbox 720 is coming out next year, so I would probably
720.
Yeah, I would probably tell people not to spend the money to fix it because in 6 months to 9 months, you're going to be able to get it fixed. And you can go get a used Xbox off Craigslist for $50, so it's really not worth it. And everybody has an Xbox or a PS3, so you probably have a friend who has it. I actually got a Wii U since our last episode, I think. Or I'm borrowing my buddy's. And I'll tell you what, it's cool. It's really cool concept and idea, but it's immature. So I would say wait to purchase it. Like I played Zombie U and Mario U, and they're pretty, and that pad is pretty fucking cool. But
so you hold a pad, and then you control. It's a screen. It's like the controller has a screen on it.
Yes, it's like an iPad controller, but with knobs and buttons. So some of the games have no Wii Pad functionality, from what I can tell. Like, well, I mean, a minimal. Like, I can turn the Wii U on, play it on the big TV, and then if I want to watch football, I can switch and start playing the actual game on the Wii U for Mario. For Zombie U, I use it as a scanner to look for zombies or to scan chests for weapons or whatever.
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, but literally only kind of. And it could get way cooler. So I would tell people to wait. You know, I'm a guy who always gets systems when they come out, but you end up paying more and you just don't get your money's worth unless you're really...
You get the first generation and it sucks balls.
Yeah, it sucks a big old fucking black dude's dick. So, a big old black dude's dick. So... I guess what I wanted to talk about from there was Christmas and consumerism, and I wanted to get Mitchie's thoughts on Christmas and consumerism.
I fucking love Christmas, bitch.
Sorry. I guess I just I personally.
I'm. Sarah loves it. She goes wild.
Your lady?
Yeah.
Because of hanging out with family or because of gifts?
It's all about gifts, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe that's because, I guess when I was your guys'
age. You sound like the Grinch right now.
No. I'm not saying don't have Christmas. I'm just saying I don't want to own anything. I mean, like 2,000 years ago, whenever they made up Jesus, it was about the birth of Jesus or Zeus or whoever the god was before that. Jesus. But I think it's, I guess Christmas basically lasts from Black Friday until Christmas. You're talking about 4 to 5 weeks of just buying things, of going and standing in line at 3 a.m. to buy things you don't even need. And that's kind of...
I can't even go to Target anymore.
Why? Because all the Filipinos?
Yeah.
Racist fuck. What do you mean?
It's so packed. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, that's why I just bought bananas at that place, because I don't want to go to Target or to Safeway because it's so busy during Christmas season. It really is. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about this, and because people stand in line at 3 a.m. to get a TV that's $100 off. Do they understand that 3 hours or 4 hours in line and divide that by the money you're saving? You're getting like $8 to $10 an hour. Do people even conceive of how much their free time is worth? I wonder that. You know what I mean? Like, How long would you stand an hour? I'm sorry. How long would you stand in line for a new phone, a phone worth $200?
Not at all.
Right.
I don't even need a phone. Well,
that's another day. But Mitchie has a T-Mobile Sidekick from 2001. But hey, you know what? Mad props to Mitchie for not being some consumerist fucker like the rest of us who think we need every new thing. I guess I don't have any problem with Christmas. I love hanging out with family. I just don't want any stuff. Like everything I have, everything I need, I have. I have a dog. I got video games.
I gave you a gift, right?
Yeah, you did, and I appreciate it.
Did you open it?
You told me to wait until the birth of Christ.
Is it under the tree?
No, it's right over there. It's under my desk. Mitchie gave me this gift, and he wrapped it in Justin Bieber paper. Maybe I'll take a picture of me, Mitchie, and the gift, and we'll put it as our icon so you can watch it, Lee Tao.
I honestly forgot what I got you.
I hope it was a gift card for a massage parlor. Is it?
It's going to be just as exciting for me when you open it.
God, I hope it's not a fucking cum-filled rubber. That's all I hope it isn't. Anyhow, so, how many Texas Rangers t-shirts do I know? Do I need? I guess we could give background since we don't know if people have watched. We work at a tech startup right outside of San Francisco. We're making a video game. Mitchie's an artist, and I started here as QA.
Fuck that. If they haven't listened to this...
Fuck them.
If they don't know who we are, they need to listen to the first episode.
Yeah. Go back and listen to the first episode, you cocksuckers. You guys are so goddamn lazy. Sorry. Insulting all our viewers. That's going to be great. Sorry, Lee and Tobes. Anyhow, can we transition from consumerism to your trip last week with your special lady?
Oh, yeah, we went to Disneyland.
Tell us about it. Where is it?
It was the fucking shit, dude. I thought I was going to hate it because Mickey Mouse is annoying, and I hate singing in Disney movies. But,
and yet, you went...
No, I went because it was at a discounted price because of her parents, but it was a lot of fun. We got wild.
Did you have some sex? That goes without saying. Wait a second. How much is it to get in there, normally?
Pretty expensive. It's for a weekend park hopper pass, I think it was like $250.
Per person?
Per person.
Wow.
I know.
Dude.
That's how they keep that place running, dude.
And once you get in, do you have to pay more for things?
Oh, yeah. For food and
it's it's like ballpark food. It's It's like $12 hamburger, $6
a shitty corn dog for $10.
Yeah. So it's just like going to a baseball game, except expensive. Like a baseball game is $15.
Yeah.
Do they sell beer at Disneyland?
They didn't until recently, within like the last 2 or 3 years, I think. And there's only like 1 or 2 places that sell beer, and it's shitty beer. It's like I had like a banana beer, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I went in 1989 to Disneyland. I was like 10 or 11, and back then it was only $20. I went with my grandparents, and I think, my guess is now it's just advertising in your face. Buy something, buy these dolls, buy all this stuff you don't need. I can't imagine. You know? Well, the whole park is an advertisement for Disney, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we went during Christmas time, and it was all decorated up. And I'm actually really impressed by what the Imagineers do. The guys who do all the, like, theme park decorations and like, they make the animatronic puppets and stuff.
Would you do that ever?
Hell yeah, that'd be a sweet job.
Go on.
But they got... Oh, okay, so I was reading a lot before I went about all the urban legends. And then I continued to read afterwards after I had been there and I'd seen everything. And turns out they have an Olympic stadium there that they don't even publicly announce. It's inside one of the mountains. It's
Olympic stadium?
Olympic-sized basketball court inside one of the rides. It's called Matador. It's a big mountain. And the roller coaster only goes through like the bottom portion of it. And the top half is where like Tinkerbell used to fly out of, and they stopped doing that because Tinkerbell isn't cool or something. Yeah. I don't know. And
she'll be back.
She'll be back. And
there's a basketball court.
There's a hidden basketball court up there.
That's pretty cool. Did you ball?
No. Nobody's allowed up there. It's like...
What a waste of a court.
The Shaquille has been up there.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. And then turns out there's something called Club 33.
A discotheque?
No.
Oh, because maybe we could get Patty back here.
It's the only place in the whole park that'll get you... that you'll be allowed to get hard alcohol. And
Club 33.
Yeah, it's in New Orleans Square, and all the doors look like fake doors because they are fake doors. Okay. It's all a facade to make it look like New Orleans houses.
Oh, okay, like Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell that's called. I know what you mean. On both sides, really close.
Right.
Balconies. Okay, I know what you mean.
There's like beads hanging everywhere.
Titties?
No titties.
It's the only good thing about New Orleans.
No Disney titties.
And the vomit-filled streets.
So I looked at all the doors and I was like, okay, whatever. Like this is just like a facade. It's part of the theme. But I saw this like fat little Disney fan kid come up and take a picture in front of this random door. And me and Sarah's dad were just like, what the hell is up with that kid? It's just a door. And like, we went on with our business. And then afterwards, I came back and looked online. And it turns out that door has the address 33, and that's Club 33's door. And it's for, it's a like highly exclusive club for Disney club members only.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for fat Chinese kids with cameras. So there's a club that you have to pay to get into the park.
You have to pay a $2,500 annual fee to be in the club, and then to make reservations for the restaurant, it's backed up by 10 years. So you have to make an.
What do they serve there? Like fetuses?
$1,000 steak is on the menu.
So it's expensive to be a member. It takes forever to get in, and it costs a shitload to eat.
Yep.
Fuck that, dude. Just go to New York City or something. Like,
and
go to
Chicago.
Chicago.
And it's a buffet style menu too.
That's just
Isn't that ridiculous?
That sounds like the worst deal of all time.
I know.
It's like if someone goes up to Mitchie and they're like, "How much do you want for your Ford Escort?" And Mitchie's like, "How much you got?" And they're like, $20,000. And Mitchie says, "Fuck you, I want $250K." That's basically what they're doing to you. Like,
it's a slap in the nose.
Is it a Ford Escort?
It is a Ford.
It's a sweet ass Ford Escort. Mitchie has. If any of you chicks out there like dudes with beautiful blue eyes driving around Ford Escorts in South San Francisco, podblast2k12@gmail.com. Right? I mean, that's our email address. That ain't a lie. We got Christmas next week. You going home?
Nope.
To Chi-Town?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you went home for Turkey Day.
Going to the Castro for a drag show.
Really?
With my brother.
Is there any other kind of show in the Castro?
I know. They make fake snow in the building. It's going to be wild.
What do you think it's made out of? No, really. Is it cotton candy?
No, it's fake snow. It's frozen water.
That's real snow then.
But it's not like falling from the atmosphere.
Oh, but the definition of snow isn't something that falls from the atmosphere.
I don't want to debate.
Oh, sorry. I'll blow your fucking mind. I'll do it again. All right. Well, I guess we could go on for 4 more minutes, or we could, we got to take into account that Johnny's not here. And that means Johnny's worth approximately 4 minutes. If he were here, it would already be 30 minutes, right? Or someone would have busted in. I'd like, if possible, me and Mitchie to do one more show this week. We want to dedicate every show to Johnny. Mm-hmm. And the reason that we haven't done it, Johnny and Mitchie were making a game, and they've been busting their ass for several weeks. So that's why we haven't been on here as much. Well, as usual, you can find us. You can email us, podblast2k12. Of course, we take donations. Though that account is kind of filling up. Like we've already, what do we have, 1,500?
Yeah, it's about
1,500 pennies.
1,500.
15 bones. We'll still take them. And you can hit me up at Ray Stern, Ryan Stern, Stern Ryan at twitter.com. You don't have a Twitter, do you?
No, I don't have a Twitter.
You might like it. I think it's cooler than Facebook.
I don't like it.
Really?
I tried it. I'm not into it.
How come?
I don't know.
I
don't got anything to write. Like,
it rewards brevity. I mean, I think they're both stupid. I mean, basically, they're fun to talk to like 20 to 30 people. But most of the people that you'll be friends with on these things, you don't really see very much. I mean,
I use it. I didn't have any friends, so
on Twitter,
on tweets.
Oh,
yeah.
I only talked to about like 5 people. I mean, think about Facebook. How many of the people that you're friends with on Facebook do you actually talk to? 20? What'd you say?
I don't talk to anybody on Facebook.
That's true.
Except for you.
Yeah, that's true. Mitchie will post some kind of artistry, and it'll blow my mind every time. Like, if anybody can put together 2 pieces of paper and write their name with a Crayola, that's art to me because I can't do anything. There's no art that I can do. I had a teacher in high school give me an F in art, and my mom was so mad because that's such a personal type of thing to flunk someone in art and I tried, like I actually did something. That's really bad.
Yeah,
like that's turned me off to it forever. Right? Isn't that horrible? I mean, I completed the assignments and she gave me F's. Miss fucking Fairbairn, I hope you're dead, you old bitch. She was from Richardson High School in Dallas, Texas. Miss Fairbairn. Seriously, if you're listening to this, I hope you fucking die when this episode ends, but we got 2 more minutes.
This is like a Care Bear.
Yeah, she was this old lady, dude. I remember this. I was like 16 years old, and she gave me an F.
I got an A+.
Yeah, you're an artist.
On every single one of my art assignments, because I thought I was the shit before that.
Uh-huh.
But like that even boosted my ego even more, which is probably why.
That's why you have such a big ego?
No.
Or why you're an artist?
Why I made it this far without getting discouraged.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. There's something to be said for never giving up, dude. A lot of people won't even fucking try. It's hard sometimes. It's fucking hard to try, but you gotta try.
It's frustrating seeing people who don't want to try. They want stuff, but they don't try to get it.
Yeah, I mean, at least if you just take that first step, you'll find that everything else is going to come after. But I'll be honest with you. I've done it myself where I've said, oh, I don't want to do that. It'll you start thinking so far ahead, and it's so discouraging, but you can't do that because you're the only one in charge of your fucking life.
You talking about working out? Trying to get that 6-pack?
No, I'm never going to get a 6-pack. I work out all the time. I have no desire for a 6-pack. I'd have to stop drinking beer. No, I mean, anything in general. Like, I mean, honestly, if you're 30 pounds overweight, you're going to have to start working out. You're not going to get fucking as buff as me from not working out. You got to work out. You're not going to get It's the way it's going to go. Fucking this Adonis was not built in a day. It took years of pounding that fucking steel, baby, at Pittsburgh steel mills. I also wanted to add that one of the best pictures I've ever... Mitchie has the best pictures ever on Facebook. He has a picture of himself in a Dennis Rodman jersey. And I found out that if there's one thing Mitchie knows about, it's about the Chicago Bulls in the early to mid-'90s. Right? He brought up Tony Kukoc. I hadn't heard that name in a decade. There's no way anybody who's listening knows what the fuck Tony Kukoc is, but he's a Croatian shooting...
You know what I really want to come with this podcast?
Zachman?
Some kind of, like, funny fandom where people draw us fan art and write us letters about how to get chicks, or like how to break up with their girlfriend, or like how to cure their venereal disease or something.
Okay. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
If you have any cool ways to break up with your girlfriend, cure your sexually transmitted diseases, or get ass, those are the ones we'd appreciate the most.
Yeah. Draw some fan art though too. Draw a picture of Ryan.
Yeah. Shouldn't they see pictures of us first?
I know. They don't know. Yeah.
They're going to just draw like they're going to make
Optimus Prime.
Yeah. A Mexican guy and a white lady.
The Burger King man.
Yeah. The Kool-Aid guy and fucking the Native American. Anyhow, this was episode 12, Johnny Be Gone. Hit me up, Ray Stern on Twitter, and you got our email. We're going to be back and better than ever.
Johnny, we love you.
Love you, Mama and Papa.